the Chief Executive Officer and Creative Director of Black, for many of you who haven't met her, any of you who haven't met her, and she's a retail branding agency. And after founding Fame and leading to a $100 million business in her just 15 years, she has gone on to open another agency, which is called Black. So from Fame to Black, but I think Fame made you famous.
Well, I started out in traditional advertising. I worked for an advertising agency. I started out as an intern, and it's really funny because I started with them in 1978, and I was the only girl in the creative department, and I was a girl. I mean, I was 22, right out of college. I would actually do some creative work, but I also cleaned the bathrooms, and I got them lunch, and I made phone calls. Fib about them being home late, but it was very male dominated at the time, and it was interesting because as I went through my agency life, I was always put on the retail accounts because they literally said things to me like, "Oh, get the retail girl in here, the retail girl." That's who I was in the creative department. So, and I started realizing as advertising was changing and branding was changing that there was this real need for retailers to have somebody really specialized in retail that really understood it, not only from an advertising marketing standpoint and a brand perspective, but also from really understanding product and why primarily women who buy most of the product in the United States do what they do. And I had this idea to start an agency that would specifically work in retail. I wrote a business plan, not very well actually, but I struggled my way through it and took it to a large firm in town, an agency in town, and asked them if they would be my partner. And I really didn't want them to get their fingers in it. I wanted to run it, but I wanted them to basically be there in case it didn't work. and that's basically what I told them, and they agreed and put me on and kind of shoved me into a little corner. And I was joined by two people that are still my partners today that I have worked with in other agencies, and just started doing retail work for people. And I was lucky enough to get the Target account and work through. I was working with Target before the Bullseye, before what they call Sign of the Times, which was the big campaign that really launched Target from a brand standpoint. So I was part of all of that. I really felt that the best time to connect with someone and learn about what they really thought was at the point of sale. So we built out a new 30,000 square foot office, and we decided that we were going to run our own store as part of our brand. And so we built a store that had a control room. It was all mic'd and cameraed, and when you came into this store, you actually were being taped. And our sales associates on the floor wore earwigs, in their ears, so they could hear myself or one of our account planners in the control room, which was behind glass, cueing them through questions to ask the person when they were shopping, like, how much do you typically spend on a gift, and who are you buying this for, and what colors do you like? And so we did a lot of testing mostly for the merchant organizations at our